Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, I was reading some articles where people were saying if the rent goes up too much more, they're not going to be able to afford their apartments. Some people are saying they are barely hanging on right now. And if the rent goes up even more, which it will, they're warning people it will. It's so bad to the point where they are calling for Congress to push through legislation that will limit a cap on how much rent can go up per year. It's the rent and the cost of housing that exploded and pushed everything into a recession because everybody is just going buck wild with the rent out here right now. So, annual maximum rent increase jumps 14.6% in 2023. Some renters are saying it's an eviction notice, yeah, because they're not going to be able to stay in their apartment or homes that they are renting. Increases in the cost of living in Oregon shows no sign of letting up. Officials announced next year Oregon's landlords will be allowed to increase rent by almost 15%. In 2019, Oregon lawmakers passed a law that caps rent increases. They can go up more than 7% plus the annual consumer price index. That last number adjusts with inflation, which is why it is so high this year. In 2022, the cap was 9.9%. In 2023, it goes up to 14.6%. To put that into perspective, an Oregon renter paying $2,000 a month could see an increase up to 292 additional dollars a month. Oregon's minimum wage workers working 40 hours a week net before taxes is about 2100 a month. Yeah, they would have to leave. Advocates for tenants say these type of rent increases are turning into evictions, which are putting more people into the streets without housing. We strongly believe and hope that everyone understands that the leading cause of homelessness in Oregon is evictions, said Kim McCarthy, executive director for the Community Alliance for Tenants. So they said last year, Governor Kate Brown called an emergency legislative session to tackle pandemic evictions. The governor tells KATU News she is not planning to do anything this year, and but she is calling on lawmakers to change the way rent caps are structured in 2023. The governor's office released the following statement to KATU News. Everyone deserves a warm, safe, dry place to call home, which is why the governor has prioritized investments in affordable housing throughout her time in office, as well as emergency rental relief and eviction prevention during the pandemic. The governor is deeply concerned about the maximum rent increases that will allow under Oregon law in 2023 and urges the legislature to prioritize action to mitigate future increases. In 2019, the legislature established a formula for our current maximum annual rent increases through the Senate Bill 608, tying allowable increases to changes in the key markers of inflation. While this was the right policy move at the time, when rent increases were not a priority factor driving measures of inflation, with today's inflation rate, it makes sense to re examine state law because the limit announced today does not take effect until 2023. The governor believes the legislature can and should take up this during the 2023 session. It is important for Oregon renters and landlords to note that the maximum allowable increase announced today does not take effect until 2023. For the remainder of the calendar year, landlords are still bound to the 2022 maximum increase of 9.9%. If you believe your landlord has increased your rent beyond legal limits, please contact 211 to seek tenant advocacy services or legal assistance. So that is what the governor wrote. Now, I brought this article up because we know rent is going up in every state. Let's be real. It's going up in every state, and it will continue to go up in every state. It doesn't matter what these governors and Congress people say until they sit down and push a bill to limit how much rent can go up. Then these landlords are going to be out here doing this every single year to the point where they're going to push their tenants out and hope that somebody else will move in and will be willing to pay the rent they're asking for. To me, America's playing a very dangerous game here. You know, you can't mess with people's lives like this and they're not going to respond. Yeah, they're going to respond. They're going to respond swiftly. But y'all, please tell me what you think and let me know if rent went up a lot where you're located. I know it did. It has everywhere. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.